Last week, a customer brought in a 2001 Toyota Corolla with 487,000 miles on the original engine. Original pistons, original rings, original valves. The engine ran so smoothly, I thought the odometer had to be wrong. But the service records told the truth. Nearly 500,000 miles on one engine, and the owner had never done anything special beyond what he called the Japanese oil change method. I pulled the valve cover to inspect the camshaft, expecting to find some wear or sludge buildup. What I saw instead made me question everything I thought I knew about oil changes. The valve train looked brand new, no varnish, no carbon deposits. The cam lobes showed zero measurable wear. The valve lifters moved freely with no sticking. This engine looked better inside than most engines with 80,000 miles that I see every day. What did you do differently? I asked him. He pulled out a folded piece of paper with handwritten notes. A Japanese mechanic taught me this in 2003. He said, "It's not just about changing oil, it's about how you change it, when you change it, and what you do before and after." I photographed his notes and spent the next 3 months testing his method on customer vehicles, my own cars, and even my son's first car. The results were undeniable. Engines that followed this method showed dramatically less wear, burned no oil, and ran quieter than engines maintained conventionally. I've been wrenching for 19 years, and this Japanese oil change method is the single most important thing you can do to make your engine last 500,000 miles. In this video, I'm revealing the exact technique that Japanese mechanics use, but almost no American driver knows about. Let's get into it. The problem with American oil changes. Before I explain the Japanese method, you need to understand why the American approach to oil changes fails engines at high mileage. Most American drivers treat oil changes like a simple swap. Drive to the shop when the light comes on. Wait in the lobby. Drive away 30 minutes later. Oil changed. Job done. See you in 10,000 miles. But here's what's actually happening during that conventional oil change. The engine is cold. Most shops change oil on cold engines because it's faster. Cold oil is thick and doesn't drain completely. About 10% to 15% of the old contaminated oil stays in the engine, mixing with your fresh oil. No pre-flush. The old oil sits in the engine with all its contaminants, sludge particles, and metal shavings. When new oil goes in, it immediately mixes with that contamination. The filter gets changed without priming. Dry filters cause a few seconds of oil starvation at startup while the filter fills. Those seconds cause measurable wear. No break-in period. Fresh oil goes in, engine starts immediately, and you drive away. The new oil hasn't had time to circulate fully or reach operating temperature. No post-change inspection. Nobody checks for leaks. Nobody verifies oil pressure. This conventional approach works fine if you only keep your car for 100,000 miles. But if you want to hit 300,000, 400,000, or 500,000 miles on the original engine, this method slowly destroys it over time. The Japanese oil change method fixes every single one of these problems. The Japanese oil change method, step by step. Here's the exact procedure that Japanese mechanics use, and that got that Corolla to 487,000 miles. Step 1. The pre-flush, critical first step. Before draining any oil, you need to flush out the contamination that regular oil changes leave behind. With the engine completely cold, add 1 quart of fresh oil to the existing oil. This dilutes the old oil slightly and helps suspend contaminants. Start the engine and let it idle for exactly 5 minutes. Not 3 minutes, not 10 minutes, exactly 5 minutes. This circulates the diluted oil through the engine, loosening deposits and suspending particles. Turn off the engine and wait 10 minutes. This lets the oil drain back into the pan, bringing all that contamination with it. This pre-flush step removes sludge and deposits that conventional oil changes leave behind. You're cleaning the engine before putting in fresh oil, not mixing fresh oil with contamination. I tested this step on a customer's Camry with 140,000 miles that had always followed conventional oil changes. The oil that drained out was black as tar and full of visible particles. After implementing the pre-flush, subsequent oil changes produced oil that stayed cleaner, much longer. Step 2. The hot drain, not cold. This is where Japanese mechanics completely diverge from American practice. After the pre-flush, start the engine and drive the car for 10 to 15 minutes. Highway driving is ideal. Get the engine to full operating temperature and keep it there. Why? Because hot oil flows freely. It drains completely. Cold oil is thick, viscous, and clings to internal surfaces. Hot oil pours out easily, taking contamination with it. Park on level ground and let the engine idle for 2 minutes after the drive. This circulates the hot oil one final time. Turn off the engine and immediately drain the oil while it's hot. Work quickly but carefully. The difference is dramatic. A hot drain removes nearly all the old oil from the engine. A cold drain leaves 10% to 15% behind. Over years and hundreds of thousands of miles, that difference adds up to massive wear reduction. Warning: hot oil burns. Use gloves. Be careful with the drain plug. Step 3. The double drain technique. Here's a Japanese secret that almost nobody in America knows about. After draining the hot oil, don't immediately refill. Instead, let the engine sit for exactly 30 minutes. This gives oil trapped in passages, the valve train, and hidden pockets time to drain down into the pan. After 30 minutes, remove the drain plug again and let any remaining oil drain out. You'll be surprised how much additional oil comes out during this second drain. This double drain technique ensures that nearly 100% of the old oil is removed. The oil that was trapped in the oil galleries around the camshafts and in the timing chain tensioner during the first drain has now had time to drip down. I tested this on my own truck. After what I thought was a complete hot drain, I waited 30 minutes and pulled the plug again. Another half quart of black oil drained out. That's half a quart of contaminated oil that would have mixed with my fresh oil using the conventional method. Step 4. The filter priming procedure. Japanese mechanics never install a dry filter, ever. Before installing the new filter, fill the new filter about 60% to 70% full with fresh oil. Don't fill it completely because it might spill during installation. Apply a thin film of fresh oil to the rubber gasket on the filter. This ensures a proper seal and makes the next removal easier. Hand tighten the filter snugly. No need for tools. Hand tight is sufficient. Why does priming matter? Because a dry filter means the engine runs without oil pressure for the first few seconds after startup while the filter fills. Those few seconds of dry running cause measurable wear on bearings and valve train components. A pre-filled filter means oil pressure builds immediately at startup. Zero dry running, zero unnecessary wear. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Step 5. The proper refill technique. Most people just dump oil in until it reaches the full mark. Japanese mechanics are more precise. Add oil slowly through a funnel. Pour about 80% of the recommended capacity, then stop. Wait 5 minutes for the oil to settle into the pan and galleries. Check the dipstick. Add oil in small increments, checking after each addition, until you reach exactly halfway between the low and high marks. Why halfway? Because slightly underfilled is safer than overfilled. Overfilling causes oil aeration and increased crankcase pressure. Both reduce oil life and cause leaks. As the engine runs, oil will distribute throughout and the level will drop slightly. Starting halfway up ensures you'll be at the perfect level once everything settles. Step 6. The critical first start procedure. This step separates the Japanese method from everything else. After filling with oil, don't start the engine immediately. Instead, turn the ignition to on without starting the engine. This activates the fuel pump and pressurizes the system, but the engine doesn't turn over. Wait 10 seconds, then turn the ignition off. Repeat this process 3 times. Each time, you're building oil pressure without starting the engine. After 3 cycles, now start the engine. Let it idle for exactly 3 minutes without touching the accelerator. Watch the oil pressure gauge if your car has one. It should rise immediately to normal. After 3 minutes of idle, check under the car for leaks around the drain plug and filter. Turn off the engine. Wait 2 minutes, then check the oil level again. Top off if needed. This startup procedure ensures that oil has fully circulated through every passage before the engine experiences any load. Step 7. The break-in drive. Fresh oil needs a break-in period, just like a new engine does. For the first 20 to 30 miles after an oil change, Japanese mechanics follow specific driving rules. No hard acceleration. Keep RPMs below 3,000. No high speeds. Stay under 60 miles per hour. Vary your speed constantly. Don't use cruise control. The oil needs to experience different loads and temperatures to condition properly. Avoid idling for extended periods. Keep the engine moving so oil circulates. After this gentle break-in, you can resume normal driving. But those first 20 to 30 miles allow the fresh oil to condition itself to your engine's specific wear patterns. The oil selection that matters. The Japanese method isn't just about technique. It's also about using the right oil. Always use full synthetic oil that meets or exceeds manufacturer specifications. For most Toyota, Honda, and Mazda engines, that's 0W20 or 5W30. Stick with quality brands. Mobil 1, Castrol Edge, Pennzoil Platinum, Valvoline Advanced, or genuine manufacturer branded oil. Never use high-mileage oil unless you have confirmed leaks or consumption issues. These oils contain seal conditioners that can actually cause problems in healthy engines. Match the viscosity exactly to your manual. Don't go thicker for extra protection. Modern engines are designed for specific viscosities. Buy oil from reputable retailers. Counterfeit oil is a real problem. The interval that makes the difference. Here's where Japanese practice completely contradicts American recommendations. In America, manufacturers say you can go 10,000 miles between oil changes with synthetic oil. In Japan, nobody exceeds 5,000 miles, ever. The customer with the 487,000-mile Corolla, he changed oil every 4,500 miles without exception. Every 4,500 miles, the oil got changed using this method. Why such conservative intervals? Because oil degrades from heat, combustion byproducts, fuel dilution, and moisture contamination. By 7,000 miles, even premium synthetic oil has lost significant protective capability. Here's the schedule I recommend. For normal driving, 5,000 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first. For severe conditions, city driving, short trips, extreme temperatures, 4,000 miles or 4 months. For turbocharged engines, 3,500 to 4,000 miles or 4 months. Yes, this means more frequent oil changes than your manual recommends, but it also means your engine will last 3 times longer. The results you can expect. I've now had over 50 customers implement this Japanese oil change method over the past 3 years. Here are the consistent results. Engines run quieter. Valve train noise decreases noticeably within 2 oil changes. Oil stays cleaner longer. Oil that used to turn black by 3,000 miles now stays amber at 5,000 miles. Zero oil consumption. Engines that were burning a quart between changes stopped consuming oil entirely. No sludge buildup. Valve covers pulled at 150,000 plus miles show clean, varnish-free surfaces. Extended engine life. We're seeing engines routinely hit 250,000 to 300,000 miles with zero internal wear. What this actually costs. Let's do the math, because I know what you're thinking. More frequent oil changes with this complicated procedure? That's expensive. If you DIY this method, each oil change costs about $45 to $60 in materials. 5 quarts of quality synthetic oil, $25 to $35, 1 oil filter, $8 to $12, and the extra quart for pre-flushing, $7 to $10. At 5,000-mile intervals, you'll do about 10 oil changes per 50,000 miles. Total cost, $450 to $600. Compare that to conventional 10,000-mile oil changes. You'd do 5 oil changes per 50,000 miles at about $80 each if paying a shop. Total cost, $400. So yes, the Japanese method costs about $150 to $200 more per 50,000 miles. But here's what you avoid. Engine rebuilds at 150,000 miles, $4,000 to $6,000. Oil consumption issues requiring piston ring replacement, $2,500. Timing chain failures from sludge, $1,500 to $2,000. The $150 extra you spend on proper oil changes saves you thousands in repairs and extends your engine life by 200,000 plus miles. The one thing you must remember. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this. Oil changes aren't just about draining old oil and adding new oil. They're about completely removing contamination, properly preparing the engine, and giving fresh oil the best possible start. The Japanese method treats oil changes as a precision maintenance procedure, not a quick service transaction. Hot drain instead of cold drain, double drain instead of single drain, pre-filled filter instead of dry filter, gentle break-in instead of immediate full-load driving. These small differences compound over hundreds of thousands of miles into massive improvements in engine longevity. That 2001 Corolla with 487,000 miles is proof. Your engine can achieve the same results if you're willing to do oil changes the right way. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as I am sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.